In today's world, we capture the moments that matter to us most. Through photographs, we commit these moments to our memory. And we use our memory to remind ourselves of the times, places, triumphs, and opportunity. Held to the truth of the past and hopeful for brighter days ahead, through photographs, we can be rendered speechless. A world without words. While we intrinsically understand these moments, and that each photograph by itself can be evocative, we also recognize that life is indeed lived through words. And when these words matter most, we will be there for you, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever language you need.
Hello everyone, I'm Jack Weldy. I'm founder and CEO of Smartling, and I'm delighted to be here today, and I'm so glad that you all could join us here today. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to Smartling's Global Ready Conference 2021. And of course, this year it will be our online edition. Many of you probably remember that we've held our prior Global Ready conferences in terrific locations like London and San Francisco. And this year's location will be 100% virtual, 100% online. And you know what? I think it's going to be great. We actually are really pretty excited about this. And we think this online format creates a more accessible opportunity for more people to be able to attend around the world. My team's put a lot of effort into making this conference feel like an in-person conference. You'll be able to attend great sessions. You'll be able to interact with groups. And if you'd like, you can even connect one-on-one with other attendees. I think you're going to be really impressed with the high quality production of this conference. I think you're going to see that it's fast moving. It's packed with a lot of valuable information, and I hope you're going to have a lot of fun. So with that, I'd like to thank you for being here today. I'm delighted to be joined by customers and industry professionals from these amazing companies. What a list. And I couldn't be happier about the fact that the audience represents 56 countries from around the globe. So why do we do the Global Ready Conference? Well, traditionally, this was an opportunity for Smartling to meet with its customers and to learn more about the problems our customers are trying to solve, to hear about their vision for the future of translation, and to understand their changing needs. It was also an opportunity for Smartling to be able to communicate its vision and to talk about the products and features and capabilities that we had recently deployed. It was a chance to compare notes with our customers. But in recent years, we've decided to expand this, and we see Smartling's Global Ready Conference as an opportunity for the entire industry to come together. So we're pretty excited about it. We also do the Global Ready Conference because words matter, and words have a real-world impact. And never has that been more true than the last 12 months, as we've all have been in the global pandemic of COVID-19. But what we communicate, how we communicate, the words we use, and the languages in which we communicate have been critical to how we fared as a people in this very challenging last year. And I want to talk about a couple examples of companies that have had to really change what they're doing and how they're doing in their digital and globalization strategy in the past year. Our travel and hospitality customers have had to change their entire service delivery model and how they communicate internally and externally so that they can help to reduce the spread of this deadly virus. We've seen people around the world that have adopted at-home fitness options to stay in shape and be healthy and to connect with people in a brand new way through words and video. Customers are delivering more fuel efficient and more environmentally friendly vehicles. And they've had to pick the right words and communicate clearly all the benefits to the market. And the online on-demand streaming space has been exploding with just hours and hours of endless entertainment for the entire family. In fact, 80% of the web now is comprised of video streaming content, including all the multilingual subtitles. That's a lot of words. And as we enter this next phase of finally COVID relief, Smartling is incredibly proud of the fact that we've worked with some of the biggest life sciences and pharmaceutical and biomedical companies, including the very companies producing life-saving vaccines, remote medical services, producing brand new medical screening devices, and deploying platforms to connect minority and underserved groups to provide critical access to information in their preferred languages about vaccine availability. We couldn't be more proud. These are all real-world examples of the importance of words and the changing nature of words, especially as we've lived through COVID and as we come out of COVID. And at Smartling, we truly believe that you can move the world with words. And today is about enabling you to realize this battle cry. As we celebrate Smartling's 11th birthday, I'm incredibly proud of our hardworking employees, our amazing customers, our very talented translators, and our top-notch partners. And as we look back on the first decade of Smartling, we realize that Smartling has become very well known as a technology company. In fact, I think we are synonymous with great technology, particularly around translation workflow automation. But as we look forward in this new era, we understand that customer needs are changing. Customers want a more holistic solution. That's what they're telling us. They want to have a holistic combined solution that includes the best market-leading software combined with the best language services. And they don't want to do this in a piecemeal fashion. Thus, as we drive into the next decade, Smartling embarks to be known for all things translation, not just the #1 technology platform, not just the cloud, but for everything that a modern global enterprise needs to effectively and efficiently reach all of their consumers around the world. Smartling is the fastest way to continuously publish multilingual content everywhere. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because our customers are translating more and more and more and more content, and this trend is not going to reverse. The world indeed got a lot smaller in 2020. I think we all realize that. But what hasn't changed is that customers in every region, in every language, they want and expect to be able to interact with the brands they love, with the products they care about, with the information they need in their preferred native language. And digital is the driving force right now behind the global economy. And like it or not, COVID has been the great accelerator of digital. E-commerce sales alone have seen a massive step function increase in just the last 12 months. And companies are rising to the challenge. Let's talk about a couple really innovative examples. As one example, Benefit, the incredible cosmetics company that typically realized sales in brick and mortar locations, but unfortunately had to shut those down, had to make a massive pivot into the online space. And they created an incredible VR experience to help people to select the right makeup for every skin tone. This is an incredible shift, and it's been very, very popular and very, very important for Benefit. Look at Warby Parker. Warby Parker, the eyewear company, created an application that allowed you to see video of yourself and then to superimpose glasses on top of your face live from hundreds of their eyewear collection. It's incredible. It's so interesting to try on different frames of glasses just in an application and then decide the 2 or 3 that you'd like to have shipped to your home. Just really innovative things. These are incredible examples of companies that are adjusting their digital and global strategies to embrace the new era. What we've come to learn is that life is lived through words. Whether it's in books, in movies, in person, or even over Zoom, life is lived through words. And words are being created at a faster and faster rate. And those words are moving online. Why is that? Because we're running our businesses from our phones. Like it or not, for better or worse, our kids are learning online. And we're certainly watching a ton of video content. Let's talk about another success story of the last 18 months. Take a look at the incredible success of Disney+. Not only is Disney+ powered by words, but they have an incredible library of the most compelling content, the Disney classics that you love, the Pixar animations, the Marvel superhero movies, and the entire Star Wars franchise. And guess what? It's worked. Disney's relentless focus and investment on the global digital experience has attracted over 100 million paid subscribers in just under 18 months. Just incredible. Through all of these many changes that we've all experienced, and again, COVID has been a massive accelerator of this in the last 12 months, one thing has not changed, and that is that this industry wants high-quality results, you want faster turnaround times, and you want the right value. You want to pay the right value for these translations. You want better, cheaper, faster. We get it. That has been the rallying cry since day one of Smartling, is that you want better, cheaper, faster. But one of the things that Smartling believes is that to achieve better, cheaper, faster, both language services and software services are essential to solving this problem. And it's so important that we solve this problem correctly together, because translation is a human experience. Translation is about our humanity. It's about communicating with other humans, no matter whether we share a language or not. And everyone that you're trying to reach lives through the words that you write and the words that you translate. That's why we firmly believe that human translations are essential to getting this right. Humans are always going to be a part of the process. Translation is a human endeavor. But I know a few of you right now are thinking in the back of your head, but what about machine translation? I've heard good things. I'd like to understand more. Maybe you're curious about machine translation. Maybe you've already been testing and dabbling with machine translation. Maybe you already have a very sophisticated machine translation process. So let's talk about machine translation. Guess what? It works. It also works. Machine translation is an incredibly powerful and valuable tool for both our customers and translators alike. And I do like the term tool. It is a tool, and not every tool is the right tool for the job. You know, sometimes you walk out to your garage, you might need a hammer, you might need a screwdriver, you might need a pair of pliers, but it's generally not a good idea to use the wrong tool for the job. And like those tools, machine translation can be a perfect tool for the job, especially when you prioritize speed and faster turnaround times, but it may not be the right tool for every job, and human translation may be the better tool in certain cases. MT is important because it delivers faster turnaround time for content. But I know a few of you are saying, well, what about quality? Well, let's talk about machine translation and how our customers are actually using it. First of all, Smartling's customers have been embracing and adopting MT at an incredibly fast pace. Over 24 months, machine translation utilization has increased 600%. And I want to tell you about a case study in just the last 6 months of a major global life sciences corporation. This company translated over 90,000 translation projects. That's an average of 3,000 translation projects per day at 55 seconds of turnaround. 55 seconds to turn around 3,000 jobs a day, 90,000 over a 6-month period. Just incredible. And this is because this is a company that is racing against time, racing against the virus, that wants a solution. And frankly, the ability to understand and to evaluate research from researchers all over the globe is far more important right now to do that quickly. But the results and the quality of this work has also been very, very impressive. And I want to talk a little bit about what Smartling's been doing with machine translation. Smartling has been quietly building our own enterprise neural machine translation engine behind the scenes. Now, we're not trying to be a one-size-fits-all. We're not trying to be like the typical commercial off-the-shelf offerings that can translate anything and everything and do it pretty good, but maybe not great. We're trying to be laser-focused and to provide machine translation engines that are customized for your brand because it's built on your content. It's built for your brand. It uses your brand voice. It uses your global style guide. It uses your keywords and phrases, your terminology, the terms that are in your glossary and that are in your term bases. And as a result, we can produce better quality translations for your brand than the commercial off the shelf. The results have been nothing short of spectacular. As a matter of fact, when we compare Smartling's NMT and the use of that to help translators to be more efficient in their translation process, what we're finding is that Smartling's neural machine translation engines produce an output that is closer to the final product than the commercial off the shelf. It requires less effort, less time, less keystrokes, less edit distance to make the changes that are necessary to make that content fit for purpose. Sometimes it's just validating, saying, yeah, it looks great, it's perfect. And sometimes it's making minor changes or minor corrections to help to make sure that it is fit for purpose. So we're pretty excited about this. Look, like many, we believe that machine translation is incredibly important, but it only works if you have two ingredients: great technology in the loop and great humans in the loop. Great people, great technology. Combine these two things together and you'll get great results. I think many of you have heard the analogy, but I'll use it again today, of a commercial flight taking off from New York to London. Remember when we used to fly in airplanes a long time ago? Well, imagine a commercial flight taking off from New York to London, and on a typical flight, the pilot has his or her hand on the yoke for about 6 minutes on takeoff and about 6 minutes on landing. So what's flying the whole rest of the time? It's the machine, it's the computer, it's the autopilot, right? So, and frankly, the autopilot can usually fly better than most pilots at altitude 5 hours into the flight when they're tired and want everything to be nice and smooth. And it allows the human pilot to focus more on other things like fuel management and emergencies and making sure that the autopilot's going the right direction and following the right course and dealing with any other issues that may come up, bad weather, shortcuts, other things like that. And I think we all like the idea of a human and machine working together and the shared incentive of let's all arrive alive. That's really, really important. If I were going to talk about something that's a bit more personal in the past 12 months, like most people in the pandemic, I ended up cooking more. I enjoy cooking. And what I found is that I really like this service called Blue Apron. This is a meal prep company that sends a box that has 3 meals once a week in it. I throw them in the fridge. And after a day of doing what most CEOs do, which is make decisions constantly throughout the day, I don't want to make any more decisions. And so I want to basically reach into the refrigerator and grab the next recipe card and the exact set of ingredients that I don't have to shop for because I don't like shopping. I don't have to measure. They are scientifically and precisely created to be able to predictably present and create meals for millions of people. But guess what? Even though that gives me a really nice head start and a leg up on my cooking, and it makes cooking more enjoyable for me because I don't have to think of a meal, I don't have to shop, I don't have to measure, I don't have to go figure out what ingredients I have and don't have and what spices I'm missing. Even though it's more enjoyable, I still have the opportunity as a human, as a decision maker, to say, I want to change this according to my preferences. Maybe I want a larger meal tonight. Maybe I want a smaller meal tonight because I'm not as hungry. Maybe I want it to be spicy. Maybe I don't want it as spicy. Maybe I'm cooking with my kids. Maybe I'm making something for my family and somebody doesn't eat meat in the family. I can make those kinds of choices. We think all of these things where the machine and the science balanced with human preferences and human oversight and human validation creates a really exciting opportunity. And so again, Smartling is incredibly inspired by the combination of technology and human services. So with that today, we're going to talk a lot about enterprise solutions that are fast, reliable, scalable, secure, feature-rich, easy to use, that combine software services and fully integrated language services. We're pretty excited about it. And to kick us off here and to talk about our great software services first, I'm excited to welcome our Vice President of Product, Andrew Sachs, who's going to talk about some of our recent product updates and announcements. Andrew, over to you.
Thank you, Jack. It's so great to be here. Let's spend a few minutes talking about some key product releases and upcoming platform updates. Over the last few months, we made some important updates to the platform. Let's start with search. We've updated and improved the global content search across all projects. We've added new filters for tags, dates, and string ingestion warnings, among others. And we added functionality for saving a set of filters for one-click preset searches. We've also made some updates to jobs, including attachments to jobs, which lets you add reference files to a job to provide more context and backgrounds for linguists. And we added priority jobs, which helps to organize important jobs for all users, including agencies and linguists, with a separate search queue and easy ordering. We've also added a new job briefing to the CAT tool, which ensures linguists see the most important information about a job as soon as they open the CAT tool. And we added save searches to jobs for one-click access to preset filters. We've also added support for transcreation, a new experience for writing creative translations. Linguists can add multiple potential translation options, back translations, and then select the most appropriate translation for the context. Beyond search, jobs, and transcreation, we have two other important updates. The first, allowing more flexibility with how quality checks can be used. Now part of a linguistic package, quality checks can change to match the type of content being translated and the translation memory and glossary that are used. And most recently, we made an update to dynamic workflows to allow for decision steps after the translation step. This helps to simplify workflow setup and provides more options for routing content, such as skipping a step if it was re-edited or not edited. Okay, those were just some highlights of some important releases. Now I'll spend a few minutes talking about what's coming up. Measuring translation quality has been a key piece of the translation industry for decades. Multiple frameworks, automation components, human annotation, and others, all with varying levels of complexity and success. Even in Smartling, we have multiple tools that fall under the quality umbrella. Introducing today a new set of tools for quality assurance and measurement. This feature is in beta testing with several customers now and will be out for all customers soon. This new tool allows for quality data to be captured at any point in the workflow and is built directly into the CAT tool in review mode. It allows linguists to easily add detailed error information to a translation and works off of a schema or rules set by the customer. The linguist is easily able to review and submit their evaluation in one easy-to-use experience. And following up on the error inputs will be reporting analytics, languages, types of errors, users, all of the important data. The follow-up and analysis is an important part of the LQA process. That's a brief introduction to our new tools for linguistic quality assurance. Now to talk about our next key platform update is Jennifer Wong.
Thanks, Andrew. Hi, everyone. I'm here to give you an update on some exciting changes to our glossary management tool. My name is Jennifer Wong, and I'm a product manager here at Smartling. Glossaries are strategic assets used to achieve quality results. Having a robust glossary can help you ensure a singular brand voice and proper translations for key terms in any language, leading to higher quality translations across your content. We've identified 3 key challenges our customers face when creating and maintaining a proper glossary. 1. Identifying terms at scale for your glossary. Glossary term harvesting is an incredibly manual and time-consuming process at the moment. It requires glossary managers to understand content and identify terms that are used often, they may have multiple translations, or even may have multiple meanings. Number 2, term context. Seeing your string in context is incredibly important in the translation process, so it should not be any different when you're dealing with your glossary terms. Your translators need to know how your terms are used and how they appear in order to give proper translations. Number 3, update content dynamically. Glossaries are living documents, and changing translations for your glossary terms are currently only reflected in newly translated content. Changes to the glossary are not pushed through to all previously published content, leading to an inconsistent brand voice and lowered quality. Additionally, they are not updated in the TMM to be used for smart matching, leading to future smart match strings to continuously use older glossary terms. After hearing about these challenges from our customers and others in the industry, we've rebuilt Smartling's glossary tool. We are building a new AI-powered term finder that enables the Smartling platform to identify terms in order to create comprehensive glossaries for our customers. But just having these terms are not enough. Glossary terms need context. Visual context can give translators and glossary managers the ability to understand exactly how terms are used, especially for terms with multiple meanings. Take the word home, for example. It can refer to a navigation element, or it can also refer to a place where you live, which in many languages is often different translations. Context is now available in the Glossary Manager to provide a visual reference of the use of the term in context. However, visual references are usually not enough, so we've added string context as well. Glossary managers will be able to identify and mark project strings where the terms are used properly, giving translators more context and a better understanding of the best practices and of the use of these terms. Context can do more than provide examples for translators. They can also improve the quality of your machine translations. For example, let's take the glossary term Global Ready Conference. We've marked this term as a do not translate term. However, When you're using the MT engines, the machine translation often ignores glossary terms you've defined. Up until now, the use of glossary terms in machine translations was limited, resulting in poor translation quality, keeping the industry from scaling the use of machine translations. But now, Smartling will incorporate appropriate terminology when you use the MT. We are building out the ability to identify glossary terms during the MT process to ensure higher quality machine translations that are more aligned with your brand. By using machine learning, we can infuse terms with key context elements so that the provided translations have terms properly integrated based on the language. But that's not enough to have just updated glossary terms for new translations. Your project and services change regularly, which will lead to updates in your glossary term base over time, but effectively outdating your published translations. Imagine you're Dunkin' Donuts and your company just started a rebranding effort from Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin'. You would need to change the brand name across all of your content, from web to marketing to legal. And this should definitely not only apply to new content. What about all your already published strings? Or what about the TMM you're relying on for smart matching? Smartling will surface these examples and allow you to easily review and update your content. When you change a glossary term, whether it's your brand name, your product name, or even just a new term you'd prefer to use, we can help you mark existing content to be reviewed and updated to ensure consistent brand identity across your content. If you're interested in taking a look at our new advanced glossary management tool, please get in touch with your CSM and we'll be happy to show you around. Andrew, back to you.
Thank you, Jen. We're really excited about these updates to glossary management in Smartling. Now let's talk about machine translation. More and more Smartling customers are using machine translation, and at Smartling we continue to invest in machine translation on many fronts. There are multiple areas where machine translation gets used and optimized. Machine translation can be used in workflow, in the CAP tool, or in the global delivery network with many configuration options. No matter how you're using machine translation, and even though the quality of machine translation has improved over the years, problems still come up. Some of these are technical issues and others are linguistic. We have a suite of tools that can help address quality concerns and, as much as possible, triage and fix these problems. As an example, MT systems often break code, moving tags into various places. Tags in the wrong place can certainly break a website or application. As much as we can, we want to try to fix these issues, move tags back to their appropriate location. Let's talk about Smartling MT for a minute. This is another area where we can impact quality. Jack mentioned earlier some of our developments in building our own MT system. Building our own MT system lets us offer new options to our customers for quality control, cost, training, and more. Smartling MT is built into the platform, no API keys or third-party registration needed, and supports some of the most common languages translated in the platform, including Italian, French, Spanish, German, and more added all the time. The MT system is built off of billions of data points and generalized translations, and is retrained to take advantage of updated translations as well as the impact of quality control in the system. And Smartling MT can be trained specifically for your content. Human in the loop is a common phrase used to describe how humans help machine, and that is exactly what's happening with Smartling MT. That's a brief overview of machine translation Smartling. Quality control and optimization are key components of the system. We want as much as possible to support automation at every point in the workflow, and getting content into the platform and the return of translations are two of the most important parts of automation in the Smartling platform. The global delivery network is in itself an automatic capture and delivery platform. Once set up for a website, it automatically captures and delivers translations. API is another method. Submit content into Smartling, and Smartling can call back and let you know when the content is fully translated. And we've released multiple new endpoints over the last several months to enhance automation integration. Connectors and integrations are another key component that many Smartling customers use. Next, we're going to focus on some key updates to connectors and integrations. First, we've made major updates to a handful of existing integrations, a complete rebuild of Zendesk, Contentful, Salesforce Marketing, and Sketch. And we made some other important updates to the GitHub integration. We've also released many new connectors, including Yext, Drupal 9, Figma, Salesforce Knowledge, support for AEM Cloud, and support for Episerver. And today we're excited to announce two new major integrations. And for that, let's bring Jennifer Wong back to the stage.
Thanks, Andrew. We're really excited to announce a new integration today with Jira. Jira is a global software development tool used by Agile teams to manage and track tasks. Jira software centralizes project management across your company, and Smartling's integration with Jira can help you automate localization processes. Many localization teams decide to use Jira as a platform to collaborate and collect translation requests across different business units. Teams upload their content to Jira for localization teams to process and translate on the Smartling platform. This means that localization teams are manually downloading the content from Jira and uploading them to Smartling in order to perform translations. Let's take a look at what an automated process can look like there. Once a ticket is created in your Jira project or with Jira Service Desk, we can automatically capture request information and content from the Jira ticket, information such as ticket name, target locales, and even the attached documents. All of this information is seamlessly uploaded into your Smartling project. You can then select Jira tickets for translation in the Smartling platform. When requesting a translation, you can easily select the languages associated and either add the file to an existing job or create a brand new job. As your tickets are being translated, you can track translation status by language in Smartling's Jira dashboard so that you can easily update your team on the progress of their translations. When the work is completed, it's returned to the Jira ticket as subtasks with separate files per language. From there, you can easily notify the requester that the translations are delivered and ready for download. The entire process surrounding translation is automated with Smartling's new Jira integration. We help localization teams eliminate all the manual work involved in the translation process, enabling teams across enterprise organizations to submit requests, translate content, and receive results. Andrew, we could not be more excited about the new integration with Jira. Back to you.
Thank you, Jen. The Jira integration has been on the list for a while, and we can't wait for our customers to get their hands on it. For our next announcement, I'd like to welcome Peter Fogelsanger, Head of Global Partnerships with Content Stack, to the stage. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks, Andrew. It's exciting to be part of the Global Ready Conference. My name is Peter Fogelsanger, and I'm the Head of Partners at Content Stack. If we've learned anything from recent years, that brands have even more pressure for digital transformation. And certainly the pandemic has shown a spotlight on the need for a solution that supports high-velocity digital and globalization projects. Content Stack solution is a content experience hub that allows for unprecedented agility and collaboration between your technical and business teams. Leveraging this hub, you can make better use of content and data, you can accelerate your digital initiatives, and ultimately deliver superior omni-channel experiences to your customers. And this is all enabled by better collaboration between your content and your technical teams. Obviously, your ultimate goal for digital initiatives is to create extraordinary experiences that make your customers want to come back and do more business with you. Companies that have done this successfully with Content Stack have three things in common. First, they've cleared their digital experience backlog. A hub allows their authors to review content and publish it once for all of their channels and touchpoints. It lets their experts be experts. Developers can focus on development, authors can focus on content, marketers, of course, can focus on marketing. And as a result, this makes evolution and transformation a superpower instead of a pain point. Instead of wasting time on maintaining a suite or siloed customer experiences, they use our stack to constantly update, and innovation then comes at internet time. Our customers include major brands in most industry segments, and like many of you, they have digital transformation requirements that are challenging, and they inspire us every day. We're constantly looking for ways to accelerate support for their most pressing needs. And a trend we see continuing to grow is the need for agile translation and globalization. For example, one of our joint customers has over 100 editors and translators. They're managing 12 locales on their e-commerce site, Android and iOS apps. And one of the things that's really helped them grow as a business is their dominant position in search engine optimization. In the past, updating content for hot products took a long time and developers had to code. Now they can do it quickly with non-technical users. So I'm excited to announce that Content Stack, the #1 G2 rated headless CMS, has partnered with Smartling, the #1 G2 rated TMS. And together, we can accelerate your capability to translate omnichannel experiences in any language. Our integration allows content editors to stay in Content Stack, which is their primary user interface. They can initiate translations seamlessly as part of a workflow. And for translation managers, Smartling for Content Stack integrates with both entries and releases. This captures source content, visual context, and enables for really high quality translation workflow, both human and machine translation. And as a result, all translations are pulled back into Content Stack automatically without human intervention. Throughout my career, I've experienced content publishing processes that are complex, difficult to manage. I've also seen translation workflows that are equally complex and costly and sometimes very error-prone. Smartling for Content Stack changes all of that. If you'd like to learn more, let us know. Thanks for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Andrew, back to you.
Thank you, Peter. We're really excited about this new integration and partnership and know our customers are just going to love it. That wraps up product, new tools for quality, glossary management, new integrations, and a lot more. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Andrew. That was great. I'm really excited about the new products and features that you and your team have introduced recently. Now I'd like to introduce Gavin Grimes, Smartling's Vice President of Language Services.
Thanks, Jack. It's so lovely to be here. Well, hello everyone. My name is Gavin Grimes, and I'm the VP for Language Services here at Smartling. I've pretty much dedicated my full professional career, spanning 23 years, to language services, and it's been an absolutely wonderful, wonderful journey. From you all listening to my colleagues earlier, I think the reason I joined Smartling should be pretty clear. The endless possibility that seamless integration between software and services for both Smartling and our customers is limitless. And that really excites me. And that really, really excites my team. Most of you will know or have experienced the cool things our software can do. What we're doing now is using the innovation and the thinking to evolve our language service offering to be truly best in class. In addition to what you've heard already, I just want to highlight some of the things that have been happening behind the scenes in the last couple of months to help us with that evolution. The more people we talk to, the more the need for a transparent supply chain becomes relevant. After all, the people translating or transcreating your content are your brand creators or your brand ambassadors a lot of the time. So through nurture and training and technology, of course, we have evolved our supply chain. So currently 75% of our supply chain are freelancers. Why is that important? Because at any given time, Smartling and our customers, all you guys, want to know who is actually translating or transcreating their content by name. So it's not only our customers or our translators who get the benefit of the cool features of our software. Our internal language services PM team can and are fully utilizing the platform to manage translation workflow of our customer projects in a super efficient way with real-time reporting and data at every stage of that workflow. As we make updates for our customers on the platform, as we make updates for our supply chain on the platform, we're also making updates for our internal PMs, again, to remove as much friction from the workflow as possible at every stage. We're also developing the ability to automate the matching of content with the correct resources based on a set of predefined criteria with the platform. Again, utilizing the unique identifier of that freelance supply chain. Very, very powerful stuff. We understand at Smartling the benefits and the importance of ISO certification in our industry. So building on our current certification list, we are adding ISO 9001 and ISO 13485, and we'll continue to add certifications on a needs-be basis. We're hiring like crazy at the moment, and for lots of really, really exciting reasons. One of those is to ensure we've ample PM coverage in time zone to service all you guys. So lots of program and program and project managers are joining Smartling in Europe and in APAC to complement our already great team we have in North America. So again, we're using innovation. We're using the thinking that produced our software to enable us to deliver the full suite of language services in a really, really efficient, cost-effective way. I'm really excited about this. My team is really excited about it. The customers I've talked to already are really excited about it. So I'm glad I had the opportunity just to articulate what's been happening. Thank you all so much. I hope you really enjoy the rest of the day. It's going to be action-packed, but it's going to be great fun. So back over to you, Jack.
Gavin, thanks so much. That was great, and it's great having you on the team. You've heard today about Smartling's software services and how when combined with language services produces an incredible foundation to help our customers. We believe this is the future of Smartling. But there is, of course, one more thing that I'd like to address with you today. But let's first go back to something we talked about at the start of this presentation. We talked about the fact that customers are always looking for faster turnarounds. They're always looking for high quality. They're always looking for great value. Better, cheaper, faster, right? Customers want those fast turnaround times, the quality they require, and they're looking for a solution that delivers market-leading value. Well, this presents a really interesting opportunity for our industry here because, frankly, I think our industry has largely been thought of and is priced like a commodity. And I know that's going to be really hard for some people to hear, but I think it's true. So how do you create real innovation when you have a market and a service that is priced like a commodity? Well, I think we've come up with a pretty good answer. But before we go there, I want to talk about how we think about translation and localization holistically. And we believe that the best translation and localization processes have to be thought of from a holistic perspective. It's not enough just to compare price per word. It's not enough to look at the individual additional fees that are added on. It's not enough to look for one pet feature in a platform. It's not enough to look at individual software fees. You've got to approach delivering local language content across your business with a comprehensive, inclusive, and holistic perspective. And the reason for that is because translation is important. Words matter. Translation is essential. It's layered. It's complicated. It's essential to your end user. If they can't read it, they're not going to buy it. It's also layered in the nuances of your global brand, your style, your tone of voice, and your ever-changing set of key words and phrases that define your brand and your products and your customer experience. And it's also complicated for so many reasons. In fact, Smartling's TMS, Translation Management System, was designed and explicitly built to tackle the kind of complexity that our biggest enterprise customers experience every day. Its complexity drivers like huge amounts of content, many different file formats, an ever-increasing number of content platforms. Think of all the content management systems, marketing platforms, source code repositories, e-commerce platforms, product information management systems, document repositories. The list goes on, and they're ever-increasing. All the places where you store and share and create and syndicate content. Our customers are translating into 5, 10, 50 different languages and more, and you're making frequent updates to your content and translations, not on a quarterly or monthly basis, but on an hourly and minute-by-minute basis. That's a lot of complexity. And I believe that Smartling's TMS by itself delivers great value. This is an enterprise solution. It focuses on all of the workflow automation of being able to capture all that content and all those platforms and all those various file formats and be able to pull it into the Smartling system, put it into the right translation workflow, leverage all of your existing important, valuable translations, and when the translation is finished by either machine or human or some combination thereof, to be able to automatically deploy it back into your various content repositories. And we give you tools to be able to translate in context, to have the control and visibility into that process, to understand more about your timelines and what it's costing you, reporting and analytics, to collaborate with other members of your team and translators, to be able to assess empirically the overall quality of that translation, and to do so in an enterprise-grade, enterprise-ready platform that is fast, secure, reliable, scalable, and intuitive and easy to use. That's what Smartlings offers. And I think that's a pretty good offering right there. And in fact, CSA Research has named us the #1 translation management system on the market. and G2 for 10 consecutive quarters. Our own customers who are comparing us with other platforms, G2, thanks to our own customers, has named us for 10 consecutive quarters the #1 TMS in the market, and we couldn't be prouder. Let's look at some of the feedback from our friends over at Butterfly Network. Smartling's translation solution was crucial to support the launch of our technical product and service into 13 languages within 6 months. And our friends over at Procore, Smartling has helped so much in centralizing and streamlining our localization process. We're incredibly humbled by this feedback. And it's a compelling reminder that keeps us motivated. But as I mentioned, in the last decade, we were really thought of, and I think synonymous with a technology company first. And in this decade, we embarked to be known as a translation company for all things translation, the right combinations of language services and software services combined together to produce incredible results for our customers. We're investing heavily in language services and software services. I recently appointed Gavin Grimes, who you met earlier, as our Vice President of Language Services, and we recently welcomed John Rogler as Vice President of Sales. Both of these folks have incredible experience in our translation and localization industry. And throughout today's keynote, you've learned about other investments that we've made in language services and software services that we believe will position you, our customers, to realize great value from our solution. In order to do that, though, I think we need to make this a little bit easier for you to do business with Smartling. I think it's been a little bit too hard. And so with that in mind and everything that we've talked about today, I'm extremely pleased to announce the launch of our brand new product, which we call Smartling Plus. Smartling Plus is the fastest way to continuously publish multilingual content everywhere. It is a bundle. It's a bundle of translations and language services with technology and software services. It bundles the translations you need with the software that you love. It's an innovative approach to pricing that takes into account the holistic perspective of what our customers are telling us they need. They want that experience to manage and to help to manage complexity in their translation process, but they also want high quality localization and translation services. With Smartling Plus, our goal is to deliver a complete solution that addresses everything you need. The world-class, market-leading software services for everything that you need from a technology perspective, and all of the language services to deliver high-quality, high-impact translations so that your business feels like it's local to your end user. It's a packaging of our solution that I believe will unlock real value for you, our customers. This is a new era for Smartling. Today, we announced several software solutions that will simplify the experience of managing language translation. We also announced a new integration with Jira and with Content Stack, two very popular platforms, one for project management, one is a brand new up-and-coming, very modern content management system. We also learned about investments that we're making in language services, and I'm so proud of the work that the team has done to make Smartling an even more competitive solution for translation buyers. And finally, we introduced an entirely new way to buy Smartling that bundles the software you love with the translations that you need. And we'd be happy to tell you more about it. Smartling has finally solved the speed, quality, and cost conundrum that our customers have been searching for and asking us to solve. And we couldn't be more excited to continue serving our customers in ways that deliver the greatest value to you. At the end of the day, our goal at Smartling is to allow you to move the world with words. I'd like to thank each and every one of our customers for the unwavering support you've given us over the past decade, and in particular in the past year, which has been so difficult for so many. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the entire Smartling team for their commitment and their hard work to you, our customers. Every day I'm incredibly inspired by our Smartlings who build the best software platform and deliver the best language services and deliver the best professional services as a combined solution to help our customers to grow and achieve their global goals. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you, our audience members, for being here today. We know that your time is valuable, and we sincerely appreciate the time that you spent with us. We have a great show ahead. Enjoy, and thank you very much.